Hi everyone, welcome to my Florida garden. I'm in zone 10A, Central Florida. I'm going to start over here on this side. It is early morning, so we have a lot of bee activity. I see a couple hummingbirds out there also, some butterflies. I love coming out at this time. This is a mystic spire salvia. One of you, I have to look up the name and see if I can find it. I had issues with the salvia. I don't know if you guys remember. It was, it had died back completely. I didn't know if it was going to survive or not. And one of you told me to cut it all the way back, and it worked. Look at that. It looks beautiful now, nice and full. On this side, I have some zinnias that reseeded from last year. This was supposed to be, last year it was golden hour from Floret, but they have been cross-pollinated, and now I just have this mixture. I'm not a huge fan of that, this yellow, but my son loves it. So some colors I'm not a big fan of, and they stay because either my son, my husband, or if you see anything red, honestly, I'm not a fan of red either, but I keep them just for the hummingbirds. Hummingbirds love red, so they stay. I'm going to warn you guys, I have a lot of weeds, a lot of weeds. I've been trying to keep up with them so I can mulch, and I haven't been able to. So you're going to see them all around. Here is a mixture of weeds, and then I have a lot of, let me get over here, of celosia that have reseeded everywhere. I am constantly picking them out and moving them around the garden. This is another zinnia that reseeded. And then I have roses along the fence. This is Belinda's dream. She's in there somewhere. She just bloomed. I have Plum Perfect over here and True Inspiration. Some of my roses are done right now. That's James Galway. So some of them are in bloom, some of them are taking a rest, but let me back up a little bit so I can get on this side. This is my plumbago. It was a little out of control. I think I might trim her back a bit. The blooms are beautiful. And then this side gets the afternoon heat and that radiating heat from the house. So these plants, most of them love the heat. I used to have roses back here, and some of them did well and some of them did not. So I switched them out for lantana, the plumbago. I have some zinnia that I actually planted here. I have milkweed that just kind of grows wherever it wants. I believe this is coreopsis. It does really well in the heat as well. Lantana and pentas do really well also back here. And then again, all the celosia that you see, I haven't planted any of it. It's all reseeded. So I have that celosia also. And another lantana. And I don't know if you guys can see the hummingbird. Let me see if I can zoom in. See him? That's the coral honeysuckle. You want hummingbirds? Plant coral honeysuckle. They come every single day to feed on it. So beautiful. Doesn't get old, my friends. Love it. I can stand here all day and just watch it, but let's get back to what we came for. All right, so this is another celosia that reseeded. This one actually has a cool shape to it. I love that. It's a little different. And some more lantana. And then I have Abraham Darby over here. This one actually does really well over here, and I have a sweet mademoiselle that just finished blooming right here. I have two Santa Barbara sages that I will show you when they're in bloom. They have these purple spikes. They do really well. And then I have Sweet Drift over here. And I'm working on my tunnel garden. You can see the hummingbird is still back there. We'll leave him alone. I have my this dahlia came back. It's in a terracotta pot. So I found that for me here in my zone 10A in Florida, if I keep them in pots, they tend to come back. If I keep them in the ground, it's a hit or miss. Oh my goodness. See, I'm gonna get distracted with this hummingbird. Okay, I'm gonna leave him alone. Leave him alone. So there's this one. This one I believe is called, I want to say Sienna. I'll put the name on the screen because I'm not sure. So over here I have some Cleome, and then I have Yarrow right here. And then in this little area, I have two Saturn sunflowers by Prima Winners. I have one over here and one over here on the other side. So let me back up. And then I have a, oh goodness, Supertunia Vista bubblegum on this side and one on this side. They don't look that great, but I'm gonna be honest, I haven't fed them properly. Let's just say that. I have a candy tuft on each side also. One here, one there, and then of course the crepe myrtle in the middle. That is budding up, has purple blooms. And then again, guys, I'm telling you, the celosia. It's everywhere in the garden. The leaves aren't looking too healthy, are they? And I have another one over here. All right, slowly turn around. I have some, I think it's, oh wow, that is a close-up of the hummingbird. Was not expecting that. I think it's fashion cherry, the salvia. So again, salvias, coral honeysuckle, fire spike for hummingbirds. They love it all and they visit daily. And then I have mystic spire salvia everywhere around the garden. And I actually bought more. These are my new plants. I will talk about these in another video. I have some rudbeckia that I planted over here. I'm not sure if they're gonna bloom or not. Things are heating up and I don't think they mind the heat as much here, but it's the rain that kind of gets them. So we'll see. All of these roses along the fence, they're not in bloom right now. So we're just gonna quickly go through here. This is a silverberry supertunia. Love this one. And then I have my raspberry Bellini crepe myrtle here. It's a dwarf, and as you can see, oh, I just stepped on something. I'm so sorry. It is full of buds. So this is like a fuchsia pink. It's gonna look beautiful once it blooms. I'll give you a view of the garden this way. Love this view. So over here, I have a purple prince rose. Let's see if this one looks good. And then we have romantic ball gown. Another celosia. And this Cleome is very happy. So I put one in a pot that we saw earlier, and this one. They definitely like to be in ground versus in pot. So I'll remember that for next year. Another humongous salvia, but it's cracking in the middle. So I may have to cut this one back after the blooms are done. And then welcome to my jungle of weeds. Oh my goodness gracious. Somewhere in there, as you can see, is a Supertunia Vista Silverberry popping out. Over here, I have to deadhead. See, if I want more roses, we got a deadhead, right? So I have to deadhead all of these. I think I showed you guys this one in a short. It's about done, but look how beautiful that is. That is Bathsheba. And she will be climbing all up here, hopefully one day. And then we'll go on this side, and this is the Impressionist. I know there's a bloom in here somewhere, so let me see if I can find it for you guys. Let me see if I can grab it. Oh, it's about done also. Now that we're here, this is Cathedral Bells. Cathedral Bells gets huge. And the one right behind her is Moonlight in Paris. Sorry guys, I have not deadhead. I know there has to be other sport mamas out there, and school just ended, so now I'll have time to dedicate to the garden. Lots of weeds here. As you can see, I started weeding there. And then we're going to turn around. That right here is Superbina sparkling, nope, Superbina pink cashmere. Just kidding. Superbina pink cashmere. That is growing with James Galway. That's on this side. Oh, let me point out, I have Colette over here. She was doing really well. I had her tied up over here, but I'm going to place her all the way over there. I don't know if you can see the obelisk. I'll show you in a minute. But I'm going to move her over there, and I'm going to put Peggy Martin on this side. Just got Peggy Martin, so I'm very excited to try that out on over here. Then this is my Vego raised bed. I don't know what is going on with this supertunia. It looks horrible. Now, this one doesn't look that great, and I'm going to be honest, I hand water everything, and I neglected it for a couple days, and goodness gracious, they were upset because it shows. This one usually is a lot bigger and more full, and it looks okay, but that one's just, oof, that one needs help. So I'm debating whether to take it out. I usually take out my supertunias anyways. I cut them back, take them out, put them in a pot, let them kind of just rest during the summer, baby them a bit, and then I'll plant them back again around probably like December, January. I have some verbena in here, and these are snapdragons that are still going. They're still blooming, but my cool season annuals are quickly fading out. I think the snapdragons are the last ones to go though. They'll take the heat a lot more than the delphinium and larkspur and foxgloves. And the ranunculus, they've been done. I have another lantana there because I know I'm going to be taking the snapdragons out, and then the lantana will take over. Some superbena here. This is my first year trying the superbena here, so we'll see how it goes during the summer. Let me just turn around, and here we have more snapdragons. And as you can see, and then I have fragrant masterpiece in the back. I'm kind of letting all my cool season annuals, excuse me, go to seed. So you can see, I'm gonna let them go to seed, and we'll see if they come back or not. It's most likely they won't, but we'll see. I'm gonna add this summerific hibiscus. This is evening rose. I'm gonna add her here, and I have to say, what attracted me the most to the hibiscus was the foliage. Love the contrast in color with everything that'll be back here. This superbena is doing amazing. And I don't know what is going on with this side. Isn't that odd? Look, this Supertunia silverberry doesn't look the best. That one doesn't look good. But then we back it up. That one looks better. And then I have a Supertunia silverberry on this side. That looks a lot better also. So I don't know if it's a sun issue. Maybe those get more sun. I don't know. But since we're here, let me show you this rose. This is Bliss Perfuma. Blooming beautifully. Have some little zinnias coming over here. Another bloom. And then over here I have, this is a little spent, but I guess worth showing. This one is L. Love this view. The Gara has been the star of the garden this year. I definitely want to plant more next year. I love movement in the garden. And the bees love the Gara also, so that's a bonus. More superbena scattered everywhere because I love them. This one is Candy Crush. I have a celosia in the back that's coming in. And then we have Black-Eyed Susan on both sides. I have one little bloom over here. Black-Eyed Susan. Then in the middle is the Fire Spike. Hopefully it'll bloom this year. It's growing back. It died back from the freeze. And then we have, I can't remember the variety, but I'll put it on the screen for the coleus. I have two on each side. I have jasmine growing along the fence. And then I have, oh, this is the obelisk I was telling you guys about, where I'm going to move Colette. And I have salvia back there, and some more roses that are not in bloom currently. Margara, Dusty Miller over here with the Superbena pink cashmere. And then I have Abraham Darby, another one. I have two of them. This one is a lot better. This one gets morning sun and afternoon shade, so I think it helps. Next to it is the poet's wife. And then we have, okay, so this is a hollyhock, not a hollyhock, a gladiolus that died off, so ignore that. But the other piece of, or this bush over here, is beautyberry. So first the flowers, and then we'll get the berries. And then all the way back here, I had planted a macrophylla hydrangea about 2 years ago, and it has one bloom. I'm so proud. Hydrangeas aren't easy for me, and I don't know if they're easy for anybody in general in Florida. I mean, I've seen some people that, they know what they're doing. But with me, it's like my lack of shade, I think. This coleus and the one over here on this side, I took from cuttings from another one that I have on my patio. I have azaleas scattered around. I have about 4 of them. They go around the cassia tree. And there's another one right here. And then I have, this is a dwarf, gosh, I want to say a dwarf ruby slippers. I think it's ruby slippers hydrangea. These are the oak leaf hydrangea. They seem to do better here, is what I've been told. So I'm going to try that out and see how that goes. I have a random coleus growing there that I'll move. And then I have over here scattered sun hosta. These get more sun. I don't know how these are going to do, so we'll see. And then I have some zinnias that I planted there, butterfly bush. And that's about it. I do have some plants on my patio that I could maybe talk to you guys about a little bit. This is Courageous Rose. It's from Heirloom. And I have a random snapdragon growing in between the pots from last year that was in a pot, and I guess it just, see, it reseeded. So I have hope for my other ones. This one is Georgia Peach. Bring Me Sunshine. This one's a little spent, but this one is Loves Me or Loves Me Not. And then I have some new plants over here also that I will show you guys. This is my Amazel basil. If you guys love basil, this proven winners Amazel basil is, not to sound corny, but it is amazing. All right, so let me turn around this way. I do have some new seedlings. I'm starting sunflowers, and I usually don't start sunflowers in, oh my goodness, I blanked out. In these, goodness gracious, what is it called? Seed trays. In the seed trays, I usually just direct sow, and I usually direct sow zinnias also. But I'm going to try them this year and see how they do. So I have Aurora zinnias here, Golden Hour here. I also direct sowed some. And then my lawn guy's coming, so pardon the soccer, I don't even know what you call that, like goal thing. Lisianthus. I get these as plugs, and they take the longest, to bloom. You gotta be patient with Lisianthus, but they are worth it. They're gorgeous. And then over here I have a mixture of some rose. That one in bloom is Coco Loco. Next to it is Miyabi. Then I have the Almwick, and then growing on the obelisk is Quicksilver. I have a dahlia growing in the middle of this. This is Orchid. Oh, I see the tag. Hold on, let me show you. It does not look its best right now. Let's see. This one's called Hoopla Vivid Orchid. It looked beautiful last month. This month it's struggling a bit. Again, I'm not on top of my feeding schedule, and it shows. Supertunias need lots of food in order to perform the way we like them to perform. Let me move this around. Oh, this is my Peggy Martin. So she will be planted soon. This one is Jubilee Celebration. I have another raised bed here, another Vego raised bed. I have Sun Patience scattered in the front, some Alyssum in the middle. This is this is Boscobel. This is Boscobel. And then I have Powerpuff Pink over here. And then I have Savannah on this side. I'll show you this blue. All right. And that's about it, my friends. So next month you'll definitely see some changes within this bed, I would say the most. Just because I'm hoping it'll be a sea of zinnias. Maybe not by next month, but in the next couple months it'll be zinnias and sunflowers and my sumerific hibiscus if I decide to plant it there. So, all right, my friends, I hope you guys have an amazing week, and we'll see you soon.